So while both the government and the opposition are slamming each other for the suspensions, let's just bring to you what does the rule book say. As far as the rules go for suspension, in Lok Sabha, the Speaker, as per the rule book, can suspend the members under Rule 374. That's the rule under which members can be suspended. And what can be the ground? The ground would be unruly behavior. That is why you heard the Speaker repeatedly say that, the House is not in order. You're coming into the well of the House. You're carrying placard. This falls under the category of unruly behavior, and therefore you can be suspended. The tenure, however, can't be more than the remainder of the session. So that's why all these MPs have been suspended for the remainder of the session, the winter session. When the new session begins, which in this case will be the curtailed budget session, they can come back. Now, rules for suspension in Rajya Sabha, what does the upper house really say? The chair can ask MPs to immediately leave the house. Once the chairperson names somebody, that member of parliament will have to leave the house. There's no power to suspend an MP here in Rajya Sabha, but if the MP is named by the chair, he or she will have to leave the house. Motion has to be tabled under Rule 255 for suspension. That motion is brought in by the government. In this case, we saw the Parliamentary Affairs Minister move that motion, and that ground again will be for willfully obstructing the House. So there were, instances that we saw. Derek O'Brien, when he was named, he was accused of moving towards the chair by the Vice President, and that rule, obstructing the House, willfully obstructing the House, was cited by the government as well. So that's as far as the rule book go, but the opposition is adamant that the rule book has been flouted, that they are being wrongly suspended from the House. To understand more about the opposition and the government stance, let me bring in Arun Dhanta live into the conversation. He's joining us from Jantar Mantar. Arun, the scenes around you, is it already packed to capacity, show of strength by the opposition?
Well, see, 11:30 is the time which they have mentioned in their poster, that they will start their protest here at Jantar Mantar post. That right behind me is the stage. If I can just request my camera person to just show the stage there, and you can see that already we are seeing the likes of D. Raja there on the screen. There are Jairam Ramesh is also there on your screen. So as of now, we are seeing that the Congress leaders largely have started arriving here, but also, Arunima, we are seeing that the posters which they have used here, we only see the faces of Congress leaders. There's not even a single poster here in which we can see a collective photograph of the entire India bloc. But of course, as I spoke to a few leaders here, they're saying that all the the India Alliance leaders will be participating in this protest, and who all are going to be those leaders, there is no confirmation about that, but we're given to understand that all these opposition parties will be sending their representative here for this protest. So you can very clearly see on the stage in the backdrop that there is Save Democracy, the name which they have given to this protest, and they are saying that all those suspended MPs, both from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, are expected to come here along with, of course, the representatives of other 28 India bloc parties. So what is going to be that message which they are going to give to the people from here? That will also going to be very interesting. Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, they are also expected to arrive here in a short while. That's what we are told by the Congress leaders who are present here, and how they are going to set a narrative that they are together here on is going to be very interesting. We have seen, Arunima, how tables have turned for the opposition in the parliament when that video of Kalyan Banerjee has come to the light. BJP quickly jumped onto it. We saw, Jat leaders hitting the streets, BJP protesting, across India about, they are calling injustice or insult to the Vice President or to a farmer's son, and of course to a Jat leader.
Right. Arun, in all this, the most important point I think you made was about the missing faces of non-Congress leaders. If this is being touted as a India Alliance protest, will an Aam Aadmi Party or a TMC or a Samajwadi Party be okay with having only the faces of Congress politicians on the poster behind you?
Well, we'll have to check with them as to what they what they say about this, because I know I've walked across the entire area at Jantar Mantar, and I've only found the posters of either Delhi Congress or Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, largely the leaders of the Congress party. That's what I can see. In fact, I can request my camera person to just show a few of these posters which are visible from here. You can see the first poster, only Rahul, Sonia and Mallikarjun, second, third, fourth. All these posters that you see on your screen is of the Congress leaders. However, we are seeing likes of A. Raja, D. Raja, Sitaram Yechury, and all of them have started arriving here at Jantar Mantar. So in a short while, of course, we will be expecting other opposition party leaders here. So who all are going to be those faces?
Okay.
We'll have to see that. Even those people who are here, the Congress people, they are also not aware. They're only saying that all the opposition parties are participating in that, but the leaders who are going to be here, they are not sure about it.
Right. Arun, take a moment, try and see if you can get somebody to come on record and clarify that. Let me bring in Pallavi Ghosh into the conversation in the interim. Pallavi, even before this has begun, is there an irritant? Arun Dhanta reporting from Jantar Mantar protest venue that you can only see faces of Congress leaders plastered while this is being touted as an India front protest against the suspension of MPs.
Well, yesterday also we saw those protests taking place at Vijay Chowk, where you did see all political parties in the opposition spectrum turning up, whether it was the Samajwadi Party or the Trinamool Congress. The entire protest is expected to begin at 11:30 a.m. So I guess we have some more time to see whether and in what numbers the other protesters can turn up from other political parties. But this was something which was seen and discussed as a show of strength, a show of solidarity. You did have, for example, the Trinamool Congress, the SP, the NCP, the Shiv Sena, all of them being represented at the Vijay Chowk. So I would still hold my breath to see whether it actually turns up to be a complete show of solidarity. At least as far as the parliament breach and the suspensions are concerned, the opposition certainly has been speaking in a united voice. I'm talking about the India front opposition, of course. They have been speaking because suspension has touched each and every one of them.
Okay, so are they speaking in one voice? What about states where the Congress is in direct conflict with some of these India front partners? One of those states is Kerala. Neetu Raghukumar joining me live from Thiruvananthapuram. Neetu, any chance that the left and the Congress will come together there for this protest?
No,
the left and the Congress are not coming together for the protest in Kerala. We know the situation in Kerala. They are fighting against each other. So that they have made it clear always that a license or working together will not be possible. Here it's a Congress-led UDF, the United Democratic Front, which is taking out this protest outside the Raj Bhavan here, led by the opposition leader V.D. Satishan himself, K. Muralidharan MP, who is among the suspended MPs. He is also here sitting in protest. Not just the Congress leaders, but the United Democratic Front leaders, all the alliance partners leaders are here as part of this protest against the suspension of the MPs from the Parliament. What they are saying and alleging is that this is against the Constitution. They are murdering the parliamentary democracy, and that is why this protest is to protect the democracy and the parliamentary system. We have Congress leader Shanibol Usman. Let's try and get a reaction.
Actually, India is popular for its democracy. Nehru is the champion of democracy in the world. The issue here is democracy has been killed by the BJP government continuously. Elected members in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have been expelled from the
Neetu, I'm sorry, the sound in the audio system there is so loud that I can barely hear what the protester is saying. I'll come back to you, but let me bring in Pallavi Ghosh back into the conversation. Pallavi, this is a mock parliament, right, that they're going to enact at Jantar Mantar. One such enactment at the Makar Dwar has already landed the opposition in a spot of bother. How are they ensuring that what happened with Kalyan Banerjee will not be repeated?
But see, what the opposition is trying to make the point is that the way the parliament should run, the parliament is not running, which is that, you know, you cannot have 143 suspensions, you cannot have opposition not being involved and suspending them deliberately, and these are the accusations coming in from the India front, deliberately suspending them because the government wants to have its own way as far as those critical bills like the 3 criminal amendment bill is concerned, as well as the telecom bill is concerned. So, you know, repeatedly whenever we would speak to them, they said, what's the point of entering parliament, because we are, one, not being allowed to, and second, even when we go in, they switch off the mics, the cameras are never ever focused on us, so might as well run it our own way. Yes, I mean, in case they do decide to hold a mock parliament, it is not going to go down well, and it is going to invite even more criticism, one from the chairperson and the speaker, and also from the government as well, that this is the kind of parallel politics and politicking which the opposition parties are doing.
So this is a parallel politicking is what the view on the other side is. But Arundhanta, if you are still there, what is the timeline that we're looking at? What is it that the protesters are saying? How long have they been given the permission to protest? What is the day looking like for these protesters?
Well, see, Arunima, as far as the arrangement here at Jantar Mantar is concerned, we don't see that there will be a large gathering of the Congress workers here. You know, they have a stage full of chairs where they can accommodate around 25 to 30 leaders. Then on the left and right side of the stage, you have you know, especially on the left side of the stage, you have that you know, 50 chairs for the ex-MLAs, MPs, and sitting MLAs. So these chairs are for them. And beside that, there are few chairs which are, of course, for the Congress workers. So there is not much sitting arrangement as we can see here. So which means that the entire focus, of course, will be on those leaders who will be sitting on the stage, not on not on the gatherings of Congress workers. So these people, I mean, we can see that people are arriving here. You can see Jairam Ramesh is there already there, Ammi Ben Yagnik is there, Gaurav Gogoi has also reached here on the stage. So slowly we are seeing that Congress leaders are arriving here in large numbers. Beside Congress, A. Raja is there. I can see 2 or 3 other leaders here. Other than that, we only see the Congress leaders present here. So once the house is full, then we will of course see that they will be addressing or they will be speaking from the podium. All
right, Arun, keep an eye. We'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you also to Pallavi Ghosh and Neetu Raghukumar for helping us understand what the opposition is trying to achieve through this mock parliament protest that they are planning at Jantar Mantar. Ram Gopal Yadav, one of the senior leaders of the Samajwadi Party and a prominent member of the upper house, has slammed the government over the suspension. Let's listen in.
जितने बड़े पैमाने पर संसद सदस्यों का निलंबन किया गया, वो अलोकतांत्रिक तो था ही, और इस उद्देश्य से किया गया कि संसद में जो सुरक्षा में चूक हुई है, जो सेंध लगा है, उसके असली दोषी जो बीजेपी का एमपी है, उसका नाम कहीं सामने ना आने पाए, और अगर बयान दिया जाएगा तो नाम आएगा, तो बयान नहीं दिया गया। यही मांग थी विपक्ष की, और इस मांग, जायज मांग को लेकर जब लोगों ने सवाल, जिन एमपी ने सवाल उठाया, उन सबको एक एक करके निलंबित कर दिया गया है।